Vinny,
Yep.
can you make me co-host?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to start the recording and let's get going. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Vinny D'Amato, Chair of the BU Senate. Today is February 22nd, 2021, and this is the 15th meeting of the BU Student Government Senate. So starting off, as always, we're going to do the roll call, and just as a reminder to everyone, we're going to try those, that icebreaker question that I mentioned to you guys all in the meeting. Try kind of get to know each other a little bit more, because I know that's something that we really haven't been able to do this semester. So the question that I put, we're going to do 5 people every week, and at this rate, we should get through everyone by the last meeting. So the first 5 today are Sui Muowo, Olivia Herr, Matali Kesliwal, Noah Greif, and Owen Kelly. So when I call your names in roll call, please answer this question. And to remind you guys all what the question is, what is the best impulse purchase or decision that you made during the last couple months? And just to start off, I will go first. And for me, I bought a Nintendo Switch and I love it. That thing has been coming in such great clutch moments during this entire quarantine period. So when I call your name, just give your answer, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So starting off, as always, Savannah Majorowicz, I believe, has a proxy today.
Yes.
All right, and that's Senator Vivian Dye, correct?
Yes.
All right. Evan Toplinsky.
Present.
Achilles Stone.
Present.
Della Newell.
Present.
Dhruv Kapadia.
Present.
Hassan Faruqi.
Present.
Janez James.
Present.
Jessica Zhang.
Present.
Spencer Kwan.
He's not here.
Lauren Hagee.
Present.
Navia Katuru.
Present.
Shahaf Dan.
Here by proxy.
That's Hassan Faruqi.
Correct.
Sui Muowo.
Present. And my impulse purchase was this cheetah Snuggie.
Oh, that looks amazing and so comfortable.
People
love
hate
that.
on it, but it's cute and I'm very excited. I have no regrets.
No regrets at all. That looks amazing and comfortable. Vivian Dye.
Present.
Sum Yu Guan. Senator Sum Yu Guan. Brandon Yu.
Present.
Richard Siegelman.
Present.
William Harrison.
Present.
Amanda Schneider.
Present.
Olivia Herr.
Present. I recently bought my iPad, which I've been using to take notes. So
I support. iPads are great for taking notes. Sophie Jin.
Present.
Owen Kelly.
Present. And my impulse purchase was a 6-foot tall Buddy the Elf blow up. I bought it for Christmas time and it like lights up and stuff. So yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Maha Noor.
present.
Shireen Bakray.
Present.
Cassidy Balboa.
Present.
Joanna Shie.
Present.
Noah Greif.
Present. And my best impulse purchase is this Baby Yoda bobblehead.
Baby Yoda. Love Baby Yoda. I don't know if any of y'all don't watch The Mandalorian, but like if you do watch The Mandalorian, or if you don't watch The Mandalorian, definitely watch it. Amy Luo.
Present.
Michael Leone.
Present.
Jaylene Ramirez.
Present.
Selena Chen.
Present.
Matali Kesliwal.
Present. My impulse purchase or decision rather was cutting my hair after debating for 2 months. So
Well, it looks amazing.
thank you.
Jay Hao Jin.
Present.
Brianna Cole.
Present.
Mehar Hor.
Present.
John Michael Aracena,
Present.
Samantha Casas,
Present.
Celine Machin,
Present.
Shayna Evans,
Here.
Keely Massini, Juliana Torres.
Present.
All right, so with that, I believe we have 40, well, just 41 total, and we're missing currently one. Just one, 2, 3. So that puts us at 38 senators today. So that's 26 for a supermajority and 20 for a simple majority. All right. And thank you all for those who answered the question for taking the time to answer that. That was great. All right. So going through the agenda for today, as always, starting off with the president's address, followed by executive board updates. We're going to be confirming a JAC proxy, and then I'd flip 2 items in the agenda. We're going to do the Turning Tech tutorial first. Oh wait, no, that's not right. I believe this did not refresh. My apologies. That's right. We're going to do the Senate Chair elections info first, then followed by the Turning Tech tutorial. So, Mr. President, the floor is yours.
Hey everyone, happy Monday. Good to see you all as always. Just a couple of things going on that I'd like to make you all aware of. First, recruitment. So we had plenty of applicants to any committee chairs or committee directors. Please follow up with Kat, our director of recruitment. Even if you weren't able to speak to even if you weren't able to look over the work look over the applicants, please just email Kat that you acknowledged it and you are going to work on it. It'd be very helpful. We would like to finish the whole recruitment deadline soon so that we can get people working. We have some eager applicants. Next, by the end of this week or over the course of this weekend, you should be receiving an save the date evite from the executive board regarding the end of year event, which will take place towards the end of April. We're super excited about that. So just stay tuned for an email in your inbox. Next thing, Vinny, I'm going to send you the SG roster. Please go on the SG roster sometime before this Thursday afternoon. And just make sure that your name is spelled correct and that your position is correct. Because we will be doing making plaques and awards for all of you for your hard work in student government. This is just for StuGov stuff. So if you serve in a position, let's just say you serve as the CGS vice president as well, I wouldn't include that. But if you are the CGS senator, include that. So please make sure that all your information is correct. Just your name, that is spelled correct, and the position is correct too. If you're leading a committee or if you're in a committee, please send the SG roster to the people in your committee so they can make sure that their name is correct and that their position is correct. We just want to make sure that is all good. We will be submitting the plaques and awards this weekend, and we're doing a final review Friday morning. We just want to make sure everything's intact. Next thing, Vinny, I'm going to send you another link. If you can just relay that. So there's a cool initiative that eBoard is going to be doing with BU admissions. Our goal is to hopefully feature student organizations to the class of 2025, our incoming class. So please, if you would like to get featured and have your student government featured or any organization that you're a part of across campus, please fill out this Google form. It's going to be a running list, so it's not like there's a deadline, but this is going to be running for the next, couple of months as students, get more embedded within the BU culture. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me regarding this, but it's a really cool opportunity to get your student organization or, college government some clout across the university's new incoming class. Does anybody have any questions for me? That is all I got for my press address. Evan, what's up?
Can you just explain, are they just posting on BU admissions like our groups? Like what
So
is it?
yeah, BU Admissions is going to be featuring you on all their social media sites, and they're going to also be featuring you within the class of 2025 Facebook group. Hopefully they'll be coming out with a subscription newsletter. This is still in the works for any class of 2025 incoming student that would like to stay updated on, you know, anything that's going on within some of our student orgs.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Jess, hey.
Hey, this thought just came into my mind. I know last year during Senate, there were talks of kind of restructuring or reorganizing campus board of activities, things like that. Would you happen to know anything about that?
No, I don't, but I will write that down, and I can get some more. Campus board of activities, is that what you mentioned?
Yep.
Yeah, I can get some more information on that. Cool, thank you. Yeah, Samantha.
This is a follow-up to Jess. It's actually Campus Activities Board's CAB. And they're currently not a thing right now because of COVID. So currently SAO is handling all of the event planning. And yeah, it's life is kind of up in the air. Currently it's been split between the BU Central team, which is a paid team, and CAB, which is a completely volunteer team again. So applications will probably go out if the semester looks a little bit more normal next year, but you know, COVID's a fun time. Just to give you a leg up on that update.
No, thank you. No, I appreciate it. Jess, would you like to respond?
Oh, no, sorry. I had a different question. I also just remember, it's all coming back to me. We didn't have Senate last week, so my brain's refreshing. Did you say anything to Dean B about what Savannah had said during or is there any further talk of him coming to Senate?
Dean B was on paid time off last week, so I haven't been able to chat with him, and I plan to speak to him this week.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Going once, going twice. All right. Thank you, Mr. President. And just a quick attendance thing, Senator Guan, you are here now, correct? For the record,
she is in the participants.
Okay. Let me see if I can just. Okay, I do see her in the participants. All right, so that puts us at 39 people right now, which is 26 as well for a super and 20 for a simple. So nothing changes with that regard. All right, moving on to the next point in the agenda. Executive board updates. So executive board, whoever's going first, I don't know who it is, but floor is yours.
Thanks, Vinny. Hi, everyone. We're just here to give you guys some updates on our platform. So I don't know if you guys remember, but we ran on the platform with the 3 pillars of mental health, community, and professional development. And we had certain events and initiatives that we wanted to execute throughout our, I don't know what I was going to say ruling, but that's not the word. So just pretend like I know the word. So we just wanted to give you guys updates on that. There are other things that we're doing, but these are just the changes to our platform. So I'll hand it off to Oliver to start us off.
Yep. So we'll go to the next slide, Vinny, please. All right. So going over community, out of office hours, this is something that, this is an initiative that CAS Student Government has been leading, their Interclub Coalition. Here's the first flyer on the right side. We're here as supporters, and hopefully we'll be able to work with SAO in order to make this happen. It's not an initiative that will take us a day, but rather a longer time, but it will be very worth it. One gala, we did a kind of a test run with the Halloween event with, a couple student performers before Hassan Minhaj took over. And it got us some great reactions. Hopefully we'll be able to do some sort of virtual event in April. And then Underrepresented Students Week, our social advocacy team has planned for this to take place in the first week of April. They have been meeting with Dean Elmore, and hopefully we'll be partnering with the HTC and the Newberry Center to create some sort of hybrid event focused on future-focused conversations. So we'll go to the next slide, Vinny. Naya, this one's you.
Yeah, so with the mental health blog, currently in the researching phase of that, and we're hoping to wrap that up basically by next week, and just try to like let Ting know and give him all that information so it'll be properly fitted into like kind of like a Squarespace type of website. Something like very simple though. Basically just trying to like compile the resources that BU has right now, like including university resources as well as like student organizations that you can reach out to and that are currently like hosting events. And Self-Care Wednesdays, that's just continuing. And so you can like come tomorrow. It can also be it'll be posted tomorrow, so you'll be able to like get more information from that. And this is just also like very informal way of just kind of talking about things like with this flyer, self-care routines, just basically at the end of the day, taking care of yourself and making sure you have like a routine that does that. Yeah, to quickly go through it, and then I'll pass it off to David if he's here.
No, David's in cabinet right now, so
David, okay.
And then we'll go to the next slide, Vinny. All right, so professional development are 3 pillars within. Build your idea. We've been able to work with the Build Lab, Innovate at BU, Dina students, and Umoja, the Black Student Union. During the fall semester, we had 300 plus students participate in the New Normal Challenge, the first and the second one. Build your network. We were able to host 3 different sessions in the fall. 200 plus students attended total, which was great, beating our original goal of about like 100 students. And we plan to have 2 to 3 more sessions for March and April. Lastly, we've been working with the Center for Career Development over the course of the January break to compile professional development resources. We'll hopefully be able to create some sort of hub for all these resources, such as resume building, cover letter building, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully we'll be able to continue our platform, and we'll go to the next slide. If anybody has any questions regarding our platform, feel free to ask.
Any questions for the executive board? Going once, going twice. All right, thank you all for coming in today. Moving on to the next point of the agenda. We have a JAC proxy confirmation. So Diane, if you are here, you're gonna have 5 minutes to speak, followed by 10 minutes allotted for a Q&A period afterwards. So whenever you are ready, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Diane. I am serving as a proxy for Becca on JC this semester, and I'm a junior in the College of Arts and Sciences, majoring in bio on the pre-vet track. I'm actually applying to vet school this September, so I'm really excited. So aside from studying and schoolwork, I really like to keep myself busy. I work as a veterinary assistant at Veterinary Emergency Group, which is an emergency animal hospital in Copley. I work 24 to 28 hours on the weekends, and I'm CPR certified for small animals. I actually just came back from an on-call shift, so sorry if I look a bit disheveled. On top of that, I also worked at an animal hospital my sophomore year and did an internship at the New England Aquarium with the penguin colony. I never got used to standing in the cold water, and the wetsuit really did not help at all. So a little fun fact. And I recently also started volunteering at MSPCA Boston, which is animal shelter in Jamaica Plain. So on campus, some things I do, I conduct research at the Boston Lab. I'm actually applying for summer Europe right now, and I just found out my experiment is actually feasible, which is super relieving. I'm also pursuing a passion project at the Build Lab. And aside from that, I work as an undergraduate assistant for BI 302, which is vertebrate zoology. I work for Boston University Admissions as a Scarlet speaker. I used to work in the past as a tour guide on campus as well. And I also have worked as a CAS student advisor for Boston University orientation. And some little fun things I like to do. I work as a national correspondent for WTBU News, and I'm in Kappa Alpha Beta. And outside of that, I love hiking, I love baking, and honestly sleeping as much as I can. So I do a lot both on campus and off campus. And as a result, I've really mastered the ability to kind of keep organized, as well as craft a realistic and tight schedule every week to kind of help me get through the week. And when I say tight, I mean like really tight. Last week, my schedule was kind of down to 30-minute increments. And I even schedule in travel time to make sure I'm on time for everything I try to do. And I've managed to be on the dean's list every semester since I started at BU as a freshman. So even with everything else, I always try to prioritize my schoolwork. I've served in student government both in middle school and high school, and I'm always fascinated by the behind the scenes perspective of any organization that I work at. I've spent a lot of time as treasurer in both of my prior StuGov experiences, which requires a lot of coordination as scheduling. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know that. And I'm hoping to bring fresh insight onto JAC and also work on helping the JAC kind of establish themselves as a good source of reference for other branches, as well as helping with structuring. So both within judicial and throughout StuGov. And I'm really excited to meet all of you. So thank you for listening to my spiel.
Thank you so much. Now, before I just open up the floor to any questions, just to confirm for the record, Senator Massini, you are here now.
Yes, present. Thank you, Vinny.
All right, of course. So that puts us now at 40s for 27 supermajority vote and 21 for a simple. Just wanted to make sure that was noted for the record. Senator Teplinsky, you're up first.
I'll keep my question very brief. You are amazing. Why on earth would you want to be in judicial and not legislative or executive branch?
So thank you for the compliment. I actually have always been fascinated with judicial. I never actually held a position in judicial. At my high school, we did have a judicial branch in our StuGov. So that was something that was always kind of fascinating to me and something I didn't really have a lot of experience in. And I have loved working with JAC so far. And on top of that, I'm always just looking forward to new things and new experiences. So that's kind of one of the reasons why when Becca posted about looking for a proxy for herself, I kind of jumped on that because it's something that I'm not really familiar with and something I would like to familiarize myself with. So that's kind of a reason why I kind of chose to work on JAC.
Thank you.
Senator Dye.
I'm just wondering, what's your position on the first judicial opinion from the fall semester on Bill 1?
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, do you have a position on the first judicial opinion from the fall semester, on Bill 1?
I have not actually reviewed that yet, so I don't have a position, and I don't really like to say opinions without going through something super, in depth. So I will get back to you on that.
Any additional questions? Going once, going twice. All right, and with that, I'm going to elapse the Q&A time. I will now open the floor to any points or motions. Senator Faruqi.
I move to enter voting procedure on the nomination of the JAC proxy.
Second.
All right. So with that, we're going to move into the vote to go into voting procedure. As always, 2/3 supermajority. Please raise your hands in the chat if you are wishing to vote in favor of this motion. Again, the supermajority is now 27 votes, not 26 votes. Mr. Vice Chair, you have confirmation of over 27 votes?
I do.
All right, awesome. And with that, I'm going to lower all hands. And again, open the floor to any points or motions. Senator Faruqi.
I move to vote on the confirmation of the JAC proxy.
Second.
All right, and with that, we are now going to vote on the confirmation of the JAC proxy. Everyone, or not, we have to vote on the motion, sorry. Everyone, please raise your hands if you're wishing to vote. Looking for a simple majority here. Mr. Vice Chair, do you have confirmation of more than a simple majority?
Yes, I do.
All right, and with that, we are now going to move into the vote on a JAC proxy. Mr. Vice Chair, if you could send the link into the Slack. Anyone who does not have access to Slack today, please private message me and I will send you the link. Also, Diane, if I may ask, how do you pronounce your last name?
It's Huangpo.
Huangpo, okay. Thank you.
Of course.
The form link is in the chat for everyone now, or not the chat, sorry.
All right, I'm gonna give it 30 more seconds. Fifteen seconds if you haven't put your vote in yet. All right, and with that, I'm going to close the form. And with 31 votes in the affirmative, congratulations, Ms. Swang Po. You are confirmed as JAC proxy.
Thank you.
Senator Zhang, do you have a question?
Sorry, I meant to clap my hands.
All right, amazing. So moving on to the next point in the agenda. All right, so Senate Chair elections are coming up, everyone. Not for another over a month or so, but I wanted to take, with the short agenda today, I kind of want to just take the time to address this since I know this is probably on some of your minds. So as some of you may know, but just to explain the process to everyone, for electing the Senate Chair, the elections for the next year's Senate happen in this year's Senate. Voting always happens in the second to last Senate meeting, which this year is going to be April 12th. Candidates must declare for the Senate Chair to the Judicial Commission by April 5th, excuse me, which is the third to last Senate meeting this year. Now, you have basically from this point until the start of the meeting on April 5th to declare to the justices. Once that deadline passes, actually, I'm sorry, I have my timeline mixed up. You can declare up to the 12th. You can't campaign up to the until the 5th. So I just kind of wanted to take this time to either A, answer any questions about the process, and B, just to let you know that it is open to start thinking about. This is no ways trying to rush you, but again, I kind of just want to take the opportunity to explain this all to you and answer any questions that you guys might have about this and the upcoming election season. So again, just to make sure that, because I know I misread my dates, you must file for, oh, Christian?
I was gonna wait until you're finished, so finish the thought and then I'll add.
Okay. Okay. So again, just because I got my dates wrong, you can declare up to the second to last Senate meeting, which is April 12th. Campaigning begins on the third to last Senate meeting, which is April 5th. April 12th is when we'll hold the election. Each candidate will have about 5 minutes to speak. Privately, other candidates will not be allowed in the room. And the candidate must receive a simple majority of the votes in order to be elected as the chair. If no candidate receives 50%, I believe it's the top two. I'll have to double check that just to make sure. But the top two candidates will go into a runoff, which will, I believe, be given more time to speak, possibly. And it'll keep going until we get to a 50% threshold. Justice Van Leer?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Chris Van Leer, Deputy Chief Justice. Those are all the theatrics. I just wanted to comment on what Vinny just said and draw light to the campaign period and when that opens. Especially now that we are in virtual time, I just want to reaffirm and kind of repeat that we are trusting and hoping that all of y'all wait until the 5th if you're planning to run for this position. But this will also be for lack of better words, like a community monitoring. So if you find yourself seeing promotional material, so on and so forth, we just ask that you reach out to us at our judicial email, and we'll be happy to have any necessary talks thereafter. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, so are there any questions about this or the process or about chair at all? All right, cool. Oh, Senator Toplinski?
Can we nominate senators?
don't believe you can. I believe the person who wishes to run has to declare themselves. Anyone else? All right. Moving on to the next point in the agenda, the Turning Tech tutorial. So, Turning Tech, you all should be signed up for this. Is there anyone who is currently not signed up for Turning Tech? Beautiful. All right. So if you all could please go to, and don't worry about formalities right now. This is just a test period just to make sure that this is all working for you guys, because this is the one time that I have you all here. So can everyone please go to the Turning Point website and raise your hand or something to let me know in the chat that you have gotten there. Just Google Turning Tech or Turning Point, I believe. And if anyone has a question about it, feel free to type in the chat or just speak up. So I'm going to put the session ID in the chat, but you won't be able to put that in until I start the question. So that is going to be the session ID. So I only have 27 of you. All right, so we are doing a Turning Tech test. If you could just go to the Turning Technologies website, log in into the Turning Point thing that you all have signed up for, and then raise your hand when you are done. I have 29 of you who have finished it right now. I'll give it a minute or two longer just to make sure. So we're going to do 3 questions. So this is going to serve as a trial for you guys. No, you are not supposed to pay unless you had a class.
Vinny, I don't know if it's doing this for other people, but it's telling me that the session does not exist. I don't know if I'm putting it in the wrong spot. And also,
No, the session should not be starting right now. You have to. I have to start it on my end for you guys to put in the session ID.
So are we just
I'll let you
like open on the website right now?
You're supposed to have the screen up that says enter session ID. I think. Okay. All right. Shireen, stay after and we can try and figure out why that's saying that. You should not have to do that. All right, so I'm going to start it now. And then start session. And okay, so session is open. So if you guys, okay, so I got one of you in here.
What do we put in for user ID?
It should be your user ID that you signed up with.
I don't know if it does this for anyone else, but because I don't have a subscription, an error message pops up and it like doesn't let me enter in anything.
I'm having the same issue with me. It says subscription expired.
It's like really quick too, so you have to enter in everything within like 5 seconds. Otherwise, you have to keep refreshing the page.
Okay, everyone who's having subscription issues, I want to just stay after and I'll make sure to take note of your names. And then I'll reach out to Turning Tech or see what I can do on my end to figure out why that's still happening. But yeah, none of you should have to purchase. We paid like a lot of money for a subscription here.
Do you have the subscription ID number that you can maybe put in the chat? Because if you click purchase subscription, and then there's an option to say enter your subscription code.
I don't believe that wasn't how it was explained to me. The way it was explained to me was since I have all the subscriptions on the account, whoever I put in the roster, as long as it doesn't exceed the 44 subscription threshold that we purchased, which 44 being the number of people in the class or in the Senate, that's how many people should be voting. Noah just gave me a great idea. Are all of you in the Senate 2020-21 class, just to make sure we're all in the same area?
I'm in the class, but I get the same error they described.
Okay. Okay, got you. All right, so I'm going to close this one, and then we can try with I have 2 more that we can try. And then if not, again, stay after. I'll take everyone's name down. I'll see what's going on or try to figure out what I can. So close this one. And then same ID for this next one, which is open now. So for the people who were having issues, are you still having the same issues?
I have a question. The last one before this one said that there were 3 questions, but I only could do the first one.
I mean, I created 3.
If they weren't launched, they weren't gonna show up for them. It only shows up on our dashboard.
Yeah. I do have 3 questions made for this session today, but I only have 1 in this sequence. So it does 1 in each. If I put them all in sequence, it would run them all sequentially, and I don't want to do that because we don't know if any votes theoretically going to happen, and B, I don't want to have to start, stop, reset, all that stuff. All right, so I'm going to stop this one. Oh, what was that?
I'm new to this system. I don't take STEM, so I'm just confused because I click on the choice, but it doesn't say like confirm or enter. It just like is there. Does that mean it went through or like?
I think as long as you click it, you should be fine. I've never ran this from the teacher side before. I haven't used Turning Tech personally.
It does not give you like an option to submit. I use this for chemistry. It doesn't like say anything, and you can always change your answer. But until your professor or your Senate chair closes the question, you will be able to like change your answer.
This isn't
Thank you,
related
Brandon.
this isn't related to the questions or anything. And I don't know if it's because of this session, but for me, even though I got the error message right now, I just like typed my user ID and the session ID and pressed enter on the keyboard and it worked.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was just this session or something.
Okay, so you typed in your user ID and then the session ID, and then it worked.
Yeah, instead of copying.
Okay, so we got one. Okay, so we got one more question we're going to try, and then try that for everyone who's been having issues. Try that same thing as well, and we'll see if that works. John Michael, you got a question?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I'm still getting the same error. I'm able to see all the results of the past votes because I'm in the class, but I can't find any way to get in without it locking me out with the purchase subscription window.
Okay, I'm going to open up the new one, but have you tried what Natalie said?
No, not yet. She just said it.
Okay, I'm just asking just to make sure. All right, so I opened up the new one. Let me know if that works for you.
Vinny, I have an off-topic question.
Yes.
What happens with proxies?
Proxies, the way that it's either probably going to happen one of 2 ways. I'm either going to have them private message me their vote, and I can take a photo of it just so you guys can see it and post it for the public record, or if you are comfortable with your proxy having access to your account, you could do that as well, like change the password and then rechange it back after the meeting. Those are the two ways I've been thinking about. If this works, I can talk with whoever the next vice chair is, not vice chair, sorry, whoever the next Senate chair is, and we can figure out if that's something they would like to use again, and if so, how to better address that issue, because that is something I was trying to figure out, but I also didn't want to spend however much more money it would be for a couple extra seats that I wouldn't be using every week, because I didn't know what the funding. I didn't. What was that?
When does the subscription end? I'm just curious. This is not.
I don't technically. I don't know right now. I can easily probably find out in the invoice that they sent me a while back. But I believe we have it for at least a whole year, or until the end of this year.
Okay.
So Evan,
On the same vein of Sammy's, I'm just curious, like how much did this cost?
I believe just over 400.
Okay.
But this I paid for 44 accounts. Well, Stu got paid for 44 accounts. I didn't pay that out of personal money. No, I don't have that type of money. John Michael?
Yes. Is there a way to easily find your user ID? Is it a number or is it just my name?
I will look at the roster after this and I will get back to you. Just stay after and I can check that out because I think I might have it on my end.
After Vinny.
I know.
John Michael, when it asked me for my user ID, I put in first my name in all lowercase with no spaces, and then I put it in just my name with spaces, and it accepted it both times. So I really don't know what that's about.
I think it's just your display name, what you want your display name to be.
For me, I've been
Okay.
using my BUID. So.
Okay. Well, that's interesting then, because the only people who have access to this vote right now are the people who I invited to it. So, all right, I'll look into that more. All right, I'm going to close this out. So I'm glad you all agree with me, or at least the majority of you agree with me that the Amory Street stop should be renamed to BU West. 71%.
What is the Amory stop?
So
is that St.
BU
Paul?
West, yeah, BU West, St. Paul, and then Pleasant and Babcock Street. The first two and the last two are all being consolidated into into two stops.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the BU West St. Paul will be Amory now.
Yeah, I strongly disagree and will definitely stay after to fight you on that.
All right, looking forward to it. All right, thank you all for doing that. I'll look everything over with Shashi over the next week, and we will see how that went. And hopefully it went well. We can continue using it and figure out all the issues. All right, open forum. Does anyone have anything they wish to bring up today during open forum? I know Nick, you mentioned something to me. If you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Senator Teplinsky, floor is yours first. Sorry, I didn't know if you were here, Nick. He raised his hand first.
Oh, Nick.
I think he's giving you the floor, Nick.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay,
All right.
thank you. Hi, everyone. So I am here speaking on behalf of SEC, just reminding everyone that if they have any intentions to file for elections for the upcoming cycle, that tonight is the deadline at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, so we're just here just to remind people about the deadline, and I'm here to answer any questions if there are any. Thank you.
Any questions for Nick? All right, I'm gonna stop sharing that and go back to the other share. Thank you so much. Any additional points that people wish to bring up during open forum today? Senator Teplinsky.
Okay, no, I was muted. Hi, everyone. So tomorrow, we're having a town hall. And when I say we, I mean CS student government, campus survivors, it's on us, 16K, and the mental health committee. It's just going to discuss like the next steps, opinions, concerns, and/or ideas to address and fix sexual assault and sexual harassment on our campus. You can come anonymously. We set up ways so that will definitely be insured. The link is bit.ly/BU Town Hall. And it's really just a way for anyone to express their feelings or opinion about BU's lackluster response.
Evan, if you want to send me the link, I can repost it into the main chat.
Sure. While I'm doing
Sandra-
that, I'll also say that it's from 7 to 9 p.m. tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Senator Dye.
Yeah, I'm sure you all remember that we endorsed the BU Libraries boycott last week. The unions who are backing the boycott are looking for even more students to sign on and endorse. So if you're in any student organizations would like to formally sign on, I'll send the link to Vinny and then he can send it to everyone to the petition. Basically, if you are, a rank and file member or an e-board member of any student organization on campus, please fill out the form and say that you're endorsing on behalf of your organization, if that's something your organization would be interested in. So far, we have YDSA, Divest, and Kasari who have agreed to endorse so far, and hopefully the list continues to get bigger.
Thank you. Senator Faruqi.
The question for Senator Dye, are the library staff considering a strike? And if so, at what point would that happen?
Legally, they can't strike, as UAW Local 2324 President George Boag testified at our last Senate meeting. Or no, I think it was actually in the Free Press article that came out recently on the strike. But legally, they can't. So they're really relying on this boycott.
Any additional points or motions that people wish to bring up during open forum? Senator Zhang.
This is just kind of looking ahead to the future, but Oliver and I are part of the advisory committee for socially responsible investing here at BU, and we've been talking a lot about divesting from fossil fuels. So BU's divestment from fossil fuels, you guys probably all got an email today about a speaker series that they were planning. Looking ahead to March 8th to the 15th that week, me, Oliver, and the graduate student representative are planning to have like a kind of conversation with students to kind of, one, educate them about like what BU's endowment process looks like, what their investment process looks like, and just kind of learn more about divestment. And then the committee is trying to build a case to the Board of Trustees to get them to consider, or sorry, to reconsider divestment. So I just wanted to put that out there. And we're hoping that student opinion will make a really like strong case for that too. So if you guys can maybe add that to your calendars, the official details will come out later. But I just wanted to give that update.
Great. Thank you so much. Anything else that people wish to bring up? If not, I'll open the floor to any points or motions. Senator Faruqi.
I move to adjourn.
I have
Second.
a question, point of inquiry.
Yes.
This one's directed to John Michael. John Michael, does the John Michael Party plan to continue forward?
Unfortunately, due to me not being on campus, it was very hard for me to find underclassmen willing to carry the torch, for example. So I do believe the John Michael Party will be dying after this semester, unfortunately.
This is very sad news, I'm learning.
It is very sad too. I'm sorry to tell everybody. If you guys do know someone who would like to carry the torch one day, I will give them all my resources. But for now, I'm currently building the coffin. There's like 7 nails in it.
I don't know. The motion was to adjourn. I don't really know how to address that.
I seconded it, so let's
All
maybe
right.
take a vote.
Let's have a vote. All right, with that, we have a supermajority vote. Thank you all for coming tonight. For those who are having issues, please stay after, and we will hopefully work through the turning point stuff as quickly as we can. Have a great night, have a great week, and I will see you all next Monday.
Thank you.